Good afternoon, y'all. This is day 10, post-op from my surgery. I just wanted to come create this video for y'all because many people are asking me how did surgery go, what recovery house did I stay in, how did the recovery house go, and why am I back home so early. So this video is to answer a couple of y'all questions, keep y'all in the loop, keep y'all updated about me and my post-op results. So I'm just gonna get into this real quick and trying to make it too lengthy, but I will try my best to answer all the questions, and you all can comment, and I will look at the comments and answer the questions accordingly. I've been getting a lot of messages, a lot of texts, a lot of DMs about the situation, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get into it for y'all. So day 10 post-op is going great. It is going better than I expected. My meds are lowered now. I don't have to take as many. From surgery, I started off on 3 Percocets a day plus ibuprofen to manage and my pain because it was that excruciating the first and second day. Maybe I want to say my 4th, 5th day, I got down to 2 Percocets a day, and from so on I went down to 1. And yesterday was day 9 post-op for me, and I actually didn't have to take any Percocets. I just strictly managed my pain with 200 milligrams of ibuprofen. So that was 600, excuse me. That made it 600. And they told me I can take up to 8, but I want to wean myself off the medicine. And so we don't get refills on the Percocets either. So I'm glad that I was able to wean myself off of that because my pain is a lot more tolerable to deal with. And it's not really so much pain at this point. It's more so pressure. It's like my muscles are contracting because they have to go in and do the muscle repair. So I know that something's going on down there, but it's I can take it. I have the tolerance to be able to take that pressure that's going on down there. My drains are due to get removed next Wednesday on the 10th. So I'm excited about that. I don't have to walk around with my drains anymore. The reason why I came back home early, y'all, my recovery house experience, it was going great. It was going very great. But a couple of days after being at the recovery house, a young lady had ended up passing away. And I was there when it happened. So with that being said, after she passed, after we were notified that she actually passed away, that's when I left. My friend who went with me, she came and got me, took me out of the hotel with her. Took me to the hotel where she was at. And I'm just thankful that the next day when I had my post-op appointment, which was my second post-op appointment, because with the super extended tummy tuck, you don't just have one post-op. You have 2 post-op with your doctors because due to you still having the drains, he has to make sure everything is okay and that you're still feeling up to beat. And you're back to almost feeling like yourself again somewhat, and the pain is subsided somewhat. So at my doctor's appointment, I talked to my doctor. He did clear me. I did not just leave, without getting clear. I made sure that I got cleared. So he cleared me, which, like I said, I'm grateful that he did because I was staying at a hotel for the night before, and I knew I was not supposed to be at a hotel. I was supposed to be in a more relaxed environment. They had a recliner for the surgery that I had because with the super extended tummy tuck, you have to have a recliner because your back needs to be upward and your feet need to be elevated and rested with your compression socks on so you don't have any blood clots that form in your body. So I was in a dead sleep when all this went down. I was asleep off my medicine because at this point it was only my first day out of surgery or my second day. Day 1 or day 2, I honestly forgot. It was one of those days when I had to take medicine to sleep. So I was asleep, and my roommate who was in my room with me, I had the cover over my face, y'all, but I thought I seen a light because it was so dark in the room when me and her laid down. So I was not tripping, and I took the cover off my face, and I seen her peeking out the door. Now, mind you, from my door, you can see straight into the living room. You can see everything that's going on. So I asked her, like, what's going on out there? Because I heard, you could hear it's just so loud. You could hear people just talking, people fussing, people cussing. So I was like, what is going on? And she was like, wait a minute. So she finally walked over to me and told me that she think the young lady had passed away. And I jumped up like, passed away well? Like, where's she at? I'm just knowing she not finna stay at the recovery house that we're in, y'all. Like, I just knew she was, I don't know where I thought the girl passed away at, but I just knew it was in the recovery house at this point. I thought it wasn't anyway. But long story short, she finally opened the door and pulled the door back, and that's when I see everybody just in the living room. I'm talking about, all I seen was white collar shirts. I saw the girl, laid out. I saw them on top of her trying to, give her CPR. I seen the other girls on the other side of the house walking around fussing, cussing, hollering, calling people murderers. So at this point, I'm all over the place. I don't know. I was high off the meds, but I got unhigh real quick. I was back to, like, I'm saying, it was like a reality check I came to, because now I knew what was really going on, and I'm hearing all this stuff. So I did not actually go out to the living room. I didn't want to see nothing like that, and I didn't even have the strength to get up and go out. I stayed in the chair. So immediately, I called my friend who went with me, and I told her what was going on. And she didn't come get me that night, because this is what they told us. They said that the young lady was stable. However, the two ladies, it was three ladies that was caregivers that night, because I come to find out they were not RNs, they were not CNAs, they were not medical assistants. At this point, these girls was babysitters. They was a regular person that I could have just been babysitted by somebody. Like, it wasn't a registered nurse. And that's why I say I'm not discouraging anyone of getting surgery. What I will tell you is to do your research, whether it be on your recovery home, whether you get a private nurse and stay in a hotel. Some people do that too, and that's okay if that's for you, but that wasn't for me. I wanted to stay in the actual home because I was promised 24-hour around-the-clock care. I was promised transportation to and from doctor's appointments. I was promised that my laundry would be done. I was promised that I would have 3 meals a day. So I was promised all these good amenities with this paying what I paid to stay in this recovery house my entire stay. So, but safety was the biggest thing that that was key to me. So if I'm feeling unsafe, I got to go. So, all this happened, after the detectives and the people were there. They came to each individual room, I guess. I know they came to our room, and they told us that the young lady was stable. Because remember, when they opened the door, I saw them doing CPR. So they said the young lady was stable. We didn't hear anything for about 2 days. 2 days went past. So of course, us in the house, we're asking, like, do y'all think they heard anything about, the girl who passed out? Is she okay? Is she still alive? Did she make it? Like, we all getting to know each other. So I didn't even know her by name at that time. But her roommate said that she was stable, and they when she left out, she was okay. But another girl that was actually a nurse, who was supposed to have surgery, but she didn't end up having surgery. Her surgery got canceled, but she was actually a registered nurse, but she was not a part of the recovery house I was in. She was just a regular person finna get surgery. And she was one of the ones that was going off the most, calling them murderers, saying that they didn't know what they were doing, saying that they didn't have the right materials to read our blood pressures. It just was not right. So it was good that she was there, and that's why I just said the whole time, like, God works in mysterious ways, that we actually had an RN stand with us and we didn't even know. So I'm glad that she was there, because she was the main one saying they needed to call the cops, they needed to call someone to come get her. She was not right. It was stated to us that the young lady had complained the whole time, saying that she was feeling lightheaded, saying that she was not feeling well, and we even was told that she failed the same day of her surgery. And so in my mind, once I heard that, I thought they would have took her out immediately to see what was going on, but that wasn't the case. She still was there. They said she was in the living room. They said she was denied access to using the phone to call the police, and these are to be known true statements, because when it was time for me to go, and I called my friend, and when the actual officer came to us Sunday, and it was down to 4 of us in the house, and I was included in that 4, he told us the girl actually passed away. So that was it. So even if she left out of that house living, which people said that she didn't, they said she was already gone, but they played it to us like she was still alive, I guess just to calm us down, because it was so chaotic. People was all over the place. It was screaming, crying, cursing, fussing, everything going on the night it happened. So, I stayed the 2 days after that thinking that she was just in the hospital, recuperating. She pulled through. But no, the officer came banging on the door Sunday morning. And to the point, I'm like, in my mind, I'm thinking like, damn, they banging like it's the police. One of the girls in the house with me, I yelled out my room where I was at. I said, who was that? They said it was the police. So he was coming to let us know that the young lady had passed. She did not make it. And right then and there, that changed the whole game for all of us. It was time to go. I called my friend. She came and got me. And we got our money back. I got my entire payment back for the recovery stay, and I got compensated to rearrange my flights. Which that don't make it okay. Like that, I feel like that was more so hush mouth money is what I'm gonna call it. Not to downplay them or not to bad mouth them on social media, which it was all over social media. Within hours, it flooded. Once they found out that she had passed, it was a whole flood of social media content about this particular house, about this young lady who lost her life. That it was due to negligence, her not being taken care of properly, her not being attended to, and them not acting on it immediately as they should have. Because y'all, even if I was woke and I was in my right mind and I was not off of medication, had they told me that she wasn't feeling well, I would have called 911 myself, because that's just off instinct. That's something I would have done. I'm not saying the other girl should have done it, because everybody does not think the same. But this is something that I would have wanted done for me if it was vice versa. And if I was in a situation, I would have wanted somebody to pick up a phone and call somebody no matter what anybody says. Because I was also told, the young ladies was told they couldn't use the phone. I was told, the young lady was told that she was faking, that this is normal. But my thing is, pain is pain is pain across the board. But I know the difference between pain and my body. And everybody knows their body. And that young lady felt like something was off with her. She felt like something was not right. And that's what even spiked the fact of her wanting to get help, of her reporting it to the people at the recovery house that she wanted help. We had some parts where it was language barriers. That's not safe. It needs to be, and 2 people did speak English, but 1 spoke Spanish. But it's not to where the Spanish lady should be holding the phone up to anyone's mouth, telling them to talk in it so it can translate for her. That is not safe in any way, shape, or form. And come to find out, 2 of the 3 caregivers that was there with us, y'all, they left that Friday. After everything went down, after the smoke cleared, halfway cleared, after they took the young lady out to the hospital to get her back stable, 2 of the caregivers walked off their job. It was too much for them. So now we are down to 1 caregiver and about 10 girls in the house. And that's not acceptable in any way, shape, or form. We couldn't just get up and walk and leave, because we in pain. We trying to get, come back and, we trying to get ourselves together. We're trying to recuperate from surgery, as we should have been doing, as we were promised that we were going to be able to do. So I say all of that to say, if you are having surgery in the future, please, please, please do your research. I'm talking about do it front to back. It is worth it in the end, because that could have been any one of us in that house that lost our lives that day. When you're doing, looking for your doctors, do your research. Check the fatalities. Check their board certification. Pray over that doctor. I prayed from the day I knew I was having surgery. I prayed over my doctor and everyone that was going to be a part of his team in that room operating on me that day, because I know it was going to be a team effort, and I needed everybody to be on the same page and be focused when they were performing my surgery, so nothing would go wrong. So I prayed that I was covered, and that's just something that I did. And I would hope that other people would do, like pray over the entire situation, the recovery room, everything, because it matters. The negligence that was done to that young lady, it was it's not acceptable. It's not fair. Her mom, her son, she has a son that I heard. Her mom and her son has to go back and talk to her about, have had to receive that information. They thinking that she's coming back home to them, y'all, and she didn't make it. And it was a scene that I replay in my head, that I even question myself, like, damn, if I was woke, you know what I'm saying, would I have been able to call the police? You know what I'm saying? How I would have reacted to something like that. Because that, you never know how you're going to react to something like that until you're in that space, until you're in that situation. So that is the reason I'm home early, to answer any more questions about how did I recover so fast, how did I come home early. Baby, I had to. I didn't have a choice. That was not an option to stay at that house any longer. So I'm doing good. Thank y'all for all the calls, all the text messages, all the Facebook messages. I thank y'all. I see y'all. I see them, and I just wanted to thank y'all because the prayers was definitely needed. They still are needed because I'm still healing. So I thank y'all so much, and I hope this answered any of y'all questions. If y'all leave y'all comments, I will answer them, and y'all stay blessed.